This is way too honest, but I'm going to say it anyways.
Welcome to the Way Too Honest podcast. I'm Tara.
I'm Kristen.
And how was your week?
Okay, so let me tell you, my week was so hot. I took my ass to Vegas like I said I would.
So like literally hot.
Oh my God, literally. When we were there, it was like 1:11. It was so nice to
That is someone's angel numbers. I know it. Someone in Vegas was like flipping out about it being 111 degrees.
It was so nice to be in a dry heat because I, at my core, am a lizard. I love a dry heat. I love baking in the sun. But
do you do push-ups in the sun too?
I can't even fucking do a push-up. So no. However, I can sit in like a little hammock chair, and that's what I did. Love it. I went back to iParty and I turned into my feral ass rat self.
You know what you love.
And you know what? When I love it, I really fucking love it. And while we were there, he announced that he would be doing another date in Vegas. So it looks like I'll be going back.
Wait, is he like coming back later? Or is he? No, obviously he's not doing it back to back, or else he would have stayed.
Yeah, he's doing like a world tour. His ass is going to London, which is great. It shows that there is like a market for this, which is fantastic. That means
such a unique pivot for a child star,
right? And it does go to show that I do in fact have taste. So all those nights, you know, every Friday night when I would stay home at 8:00 and tune into the Disney Channel movie, it was so I could thrive right now at the ripe ass age.
It was also, you could say, I was right.
Yes.
That's it.
Yes. And I would imagine he's going to do another show over here. He's doing another show on September 19th in Hollywood, or on September 9th in Hollywood. And I have a convention that day. But I am also considering going because I have self-control.
How much are the tickets?
$25.
That's it?
That's it.
On September 9th?
On September 9th.
What day is September 9th?
Saturday.
Oh, there's no fucking way I can.
Or Friday. Yeah. But so when he comes back to Vegas, I will be going again. And I'm hoping he's doing another, you know, little bit over here in Southern California because I will go. It was nice. He changed it up just a little bit. Still was missing a few key songs, but that's fine. No one's psychotic enough to care except me. So I literally, when I was there, I was plotting about how I was going to...
Such a good word usage. I love the word plotting.
Somehow get his attention. At the same time, tell him all the things I think that he could fix. And him also love me so much that he then brings me on to the iParty staff, and I quit my job and I just tour the world.
Do you know how many confident or creative women create their own jobs because of shit like this?
Yeah. So
I mean, it could happen.
And
Blue sky.
Nobody fucking take this idea, because if I go to a show and you guys steal my fucking idea, I will beat you. But there's an episode in Victorious where they do like a karaoke sing off or whatever.
Okay. And
Victoria Justice's character, Tori, goes dressed up as this kind of like losery girl named Louise Nordoff.
That is such a loser name. Someone went to school. Someone on the writing team went to school with someone named Louise Nordoff.
And basically, she dresses this way and says her name is Louise Nordoff.
Just a Louise
so
Nordoff.
that somebody picks her because they don't think that she'll win in like a karaoke smackdown. And then she like rips it off and like during her
has her she's all that moment.
Yeah. And I want to go to iParty dressed like Louise Nordoff.
I love that. I love random polls.
I just think it would be so funny. But yeah, so that's how I figured I would gain his attention. But I needed him to come back soon enough to where it's still feasible for him to bring me on.
Make a pitch deck for yourself. Send him a pitch deck.
Hi, great show. Here's where you're lacking and here's where I can help you. Because like literally I would be on stage all day just shaking my ass and dancing to these songs. But anyways, I digress. How was your week?
It was good. I've been really bored and / overwhelmed. Overwhelmed by how bored I am. A lot of anxiety just from having so much time to do stuff. I know that sounds like the dream, but like literally there's so much pressure I put on myself. But But yeah, so I've just been chilling. I haven't gotten through much of my book because literally the list of things in my head of like things to accomplish. Yeah. First of all, it's errand type stuff, right? Return this, go to the bank, go to the doctor. I'm blood drawn today. Like just stuff, just like really stuff you always put off because of work or school, or if you have kids, just all their stuff becomes a priority. So I mean, everything, I'm like, oh, look at all the stuff I have to accomplish. Then at home, I'm like, I'm going to reorganize my closet. I'm going to do all my laundry. I'm going to vacuum the rug under my bed. My cat's going to get a bath. Like everything.
Poor Corey.
He didn't really get a bath. He screams like he's being murdered, but I have wipes for him.
Oh, sweet.
Like cleansing wipes. So he doesn't really get it. Like I'll do it and he'll look back at me like, what the fuck? And then
That's not your hand.
And then I'll get him with the other side. So he's just like, what? Like back and forth.
Sweet man.
He is the sweetest little boy. He's 8 though, but he's not little. He's pretty chunky, but I love him.
That just means that he's happy and has a good life.
And honestly, he's such a good little partner. Like he can tell like with those nights when I'm not sleeping. And he has his little spot next to me. He has his own pillow on my bed. So he sleeps next to my head on his little pillow. But if I'm just in my own head, I'll feel like the tap on my arm and he'll like walk over and lay on my chest.
What a sweet man.
He free feeds. So I've never had a cat that would like wake me up at 5 a.m, like singing the song of their people to like be fed. So my cats have always, either if they've woken me up, it's because they have the zoomies.
Yeah.
And they ran into something or something, but they've always been, my cats have always been very conscious of me sleeping. They will not, if I'm asleep, they will not come up and lay on me or get my attention. But the second my eyes open, they're on me.
They're like, hello.
But they just want affection. It's just so sweet. They're like, oh, she's up. Good. Mom's up. But no, I mean, they free feed. So their bowl always has food and they just eat when they're hungry. Maybe that's why he's so fat. But I mean, he's not unhealthy fat. His primordial pouch is at a good size. You know what the primordial pouch is?
Is that the fupa?
Yes.
Ugh.
It's the cat fupa.
I'm sorry. We need a new fucking word for fupa.
I love the word fupa.
Yeah, but like it doesn't sound attractive.
No, it doesn't. But also, I mean, I would love for fupas to come in style. But to be honest, my first thought thinking about my fupa is fuck you. So I'm just like, F-U makes sense. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it has the aggression I have toward mine.
Yeah. But like, I feel like we need a new name for it.
Are we going to girl boss the fupa?
You know what? Fuck yeah. We're going to girl boss the motherfucking fupa. Because like, it's not a sexy name. And it also kind of sounds like it should be something to be ashamed of. Like you should hide it. Like, no.
I mean,
it's fucking normal.
I call the area where your butt meets your thighs. I would say thought. That's something else. Your thut. Yeah. I always call it the thut. And it's not attractive. It's just, it's just kind of a funny term. But it is. I mean, should we call, what should we,
fupa just sounds like it has a negative connotation. I don't know why,
but in my head, the alternate name became Princess Pussy. And I'm like, that makes no fucking sense. Like, why would you, I think I was imagining like the fupa as a crown. Like, that's what I saw in my head.
Yeah. Your princess pussy.
Your princess pussy.
And your actual pussy.
Does your pussy have a crown? Does it have a diadem, a tiara, or not?
But like your actual pussy is just like your bad bitch pussy, There's two different ones.
Do you want to talk about unattractive names? I don't think there's any. I mean, let's get real. All like logistical, like scientific terms for anything in the reproductive system all got the shaft. No pun, actually, pun intended. But the word vulva can fucking like go get kicked into the Grand Canyon. Yeah. Like when people are like, that's not a vagina, it's the vulva. I'm like, I'm perfectly aware of female anatomy. I just don't want to say the goddamn word. So if I want to make vagina a catch-all, I'm going to do that.
Okay. So I'm really glad that we're talking about this because I've been meaning to bring this up, but it's obviously not a topic that we normally talk about. Okay, so you and I have talked about, I don't know if I've talked about it a lot on the podcast, but like I love to read porny books. Like,
you mentioned your spicy books, yeah.
I feel like they have the best, I'm in it for the romance, right?
I will say though, I'm not much of a porn person. It doesn't do anything for me, but if I am going to go that route, it's books that will do it.
Yeah, like I appreciate the character development because obviously to have a successful, like sexy, spicy scene, you have to understand who the characters are. Yeah. I feel like that's just it.
There's also attention to detail. That is very important.
So since I'm in it for the romance of it all, spicy books just are a little bit more intriguing to me. I cannot fucking tell you how.
Well, also, every good story has good sex in it. Every good story should have adventure, love, romance, sex. It should have the full spectrum.
But like listening or like reading these people's words, and they're like purposely not trying to say the word pussy or vagina. Her sex, like no. Fucking honestly,
the tropes, I've read that before.
Or
her sex,
her entrance. Fuck that. Okay. Like I'm reading a book right now, and one of the spicy scenes just happened, and he called it her cunt, and I was like, fine, thank you, I will take that. But we're not gonna talk about her entrance.
Why? Yeah. Why is it in those stories? Not always, but more often than not. Why is the perspective of the woman's body so precious?
Yeah. Like fuck. What the fuck do you her slits? Ew.
Yeah.
I am not a credit card reader. Like, no. Like,
well,
sorry, I just really
in sugar baby arrangements, I can be.
Listen, I take all types of payment, Venmo, PayPal.
my pussy takes Venmo.
Yeah, Cash App.
While you're saying this, I want to look it up. Every year they give an award for like the worst scene in like
let's
erotic
hear it.
fiction. I gotta find worst.
But like, what the fuck? Like, I'm so this is weighed so heavily on me.
This is killing me because her entrance is used so often.
Like, I'm sorry, is she a double door entryway?
Well, yes, basically.
But like, it's not a come to Jesus moment.
No, it's not a model home.
You know?
Okay, so the 23 best worst winners of the Bad Sex in Fiction Awards. By the way, this is from The Independent.
I love this.
Okay, wait. Previous nominees have included Stephen King.
He does sexy stuff?
I mean, this is best and worst. So, I mean, maybe he does.
Ew, he fucked me with the fucking knife. I don't know.
Okay, I don't know if this is good or bad because this is the best and worst, but we're going to read it and then I guess we're going to find out. So this is called, the book is called The Office of Gardens and Ponds by Didier DeCoin.
Okay, number one, this sounds like it came out of Good Housekeeping.
Also, this is clearly Japanese because of the names, but Katsuro moaned as a bulge formed beneath the material of his kimono. Oh my God, this already sounds like not even, okay. This is already problematic. A bulge that Miyuki seized, kneaded, massaged, squashed, and crushed. Does that sound sexy to you guys? With the fondling, Katsuro's penis and testicles become...
All right, that's a word I don't need in a spicy book. I just don't
get all the slang and like the erotic names for things, and then they just throw in the scientific terms.
Testes.
Oh,
he fucked her so hard it messed up her fallopian tube. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, I think you're hitting my fallopian tube.
Yeah, not rearranging my guts.
Oh God, rearranging my guts is one of my favorite terms. Katsuro's penis and testicles became. Wait, I gotta finish this. Katsuro's penis and testicles became one single mound that rolled around beneath the grip of her hand. Miyuki felt as though she was manipulating a small monkey that was curling up in his thighs.
All right.
So who wants to think if that was the best or worst of 2019? Oh, wait. Oh my God, there's one by James Frey. James Frey is like a good... Yeah, let me find something in here from like a good... Oh no, I'm reading this one. I'm reading the James Frey one. Okay. Okay. I'm hard and deep inside her, fucking her on the bathroom sink. Her tight. By the way, this is all stream of consciousness. There's no punctuation.
Oh, of course.
I'm hard and deep inside her, fucking her on the bathroom sink. Her tight little black dress still on. Her thong on the floor. My pants at my knees. Our eyes locked. Our hearts and souls and bodies locked. Come inside me. Come inside me. Come inside me. Now we have punctuation. Blindly breathless shaking, overwhelming, exploding. White God, I come inside her, my cock throbbing. We're both moaning, eyes, heart, souls, bodies, one.
I'm sorry, wait. White God?
It says white God.
I don't know what the fuck that's supposed to mean.
To be honest, this wasn't too bad. I think it's not good, but I think it's that there's literally like just stream of consciousness.
Yeah.
And then the only punctuation is for the repetitive come inside me. Okay, wait. Oh, wait, it goes on. One, white, God, come. I close my eyes, let out my breath. Come. That's a lot.
That's a lot of come.
I mean, you're kind of worried at this point. Like, and then it goes on. Wait, hold on.
I know what happened here.
Oh, yeah.
He needed to hit a specific word count.
I gotta tell you, there's an entire like paragraph, like icon, like between every come. And this is too great. This is my favorite thing we've ever done.
I think, honestly, new segment idea. Kristen and Tara read erotic fiction.
Bad erotic fiction. Oh God, I just want to see Ed King. That's the name of a book. Oh yeah, Stephen King is on here. It's from his book 11/22/63, which is pretty recent for Stephen King. Yeah, it's the date JFK was shot.
Oh shit.
Do you want me to read it?
Sure.
This actually isn't that long too. She said, "Don't make me wait. I've had enough of that." And so I kissed the sweaty hollow of her temple and moved my hips forward. She gasped, retreated a little, then raised her hips to meet me. "Sadie, all right?" So I guess he's asking if Sadie's okay. "Oh my God, yes." All one word. She said, and I laughed. She opened her eyes and looked up at me with curiosity and hopefulness. "Is it over or is there more?" "A little more," I said. "I don't know how much. I haven't been with a woman in a long time." It turned out there was quite a bit more. ... At the end, she began to gasp. "Oh dear. Oh my dear. Oh my dear good God. Oh sugar." Sounds like
sugar.
Sounds like the self-pleasuring scene from Pleasantville.
Yeah. So that's, I mean, we just need new names for things.
But you know what no one said in there? Her entrance.
Or her slits.
Yeah, but apparently someone's rolling someone's balls into one, and that's supposed to be sex. I can guarantee you, I don't think anyone would like that.
Or what kills me is when they refer to the men's like semen or sperm as his seed.
That is so, there's something about that. Okay, first of all, we already talked about my trypophobia. So just that in general, I'm just like, there's something very like alienish to me. Like the movie Alien. Like when Alien was like impregnating things. Like it just,
foul.
It's just, no, I don't like that term either. I don't think I read enough spicy books to have like a favorite or a hated term.
I can send you some of you.
Please do.
I'll send you home.
Clearly, I love this shit. I love reading the bad stuff.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't read the good stuff, or this would be a totally different podcast. But I love like that one that was like, white God.
White God. I need some clarification.
Do you know I'm going to see you out of context sometime, and instead of saying like "good God," I'm just going to start going "white God."
Yeah, I have so many questions, and I feel like on a particular night where you are up at 2 a.m., I might need you to write an email.
Just assume it's any night.
Or just do some research on what the fuck white God means. Because, like, are we referring to, like, sperm?
It also sounds like slightly racist.
It also does sound
Since Christianity has co-opted the idea of, like, a white Jesus, I'm like, are we, like, injecting racism into your erotic fiction?
Yeah, so I'm just kind of curious at where that gets off. All that to say, we need some new words for the vagina.
Yeah, we do. We definitely do.
Also, if any of you out there are ever planning on writing erotic fiction, please do not use her sex or her slits or her entrance. Please, dear God, I don't care. Make up a new word.
Literally just call it a pussy.
Please.
That's fine.
Cunt. I will, please. Like, not asking for much. Just don't.
I wonder if the people that don't like the word panties also don't like the word pussy.
But like, besides panties, what are you supposed to say? Thong?
Underwear?
Well, so... Underwear gives me like Captain Underpants SpongeBob vibes.
Because, I mean, it is.
Yeah. But I don't know. But
I didn't get a chance to read any spicy fiction. Not that I didn't get a chance. I wasn't busy. I haven't. While I've been waiting for my leg to get better, sitting around, I haven't even read that much of Jurassic Park because I'm just overwhelmed. Yeah. But I did, speaking of erotic fiction.
Jurassic Park.
I wasn't going there, but...
The raptors?
I guarantee you there is some fan fiction out there where like Alan Grant gets fucked by a raptor or something, you know it. Because in the third movie, the raptor's fucking talking to him in a dream. And you know someone took that scene a little further somewhere on like... fanfiction.net is not the one anymore. There's like a different one, isn't there? Like I don't know. I think like a different like hosting site, but you know there is. But no, I was gonna say like I finally this week watched the movie that everyone has been literally creaming their jeans about since it came out, which is Top Gun Maverick. And I'll admit I don't like the first Top Gun. Not that like I'm not into like cool 80s music and like fighter planes, because I am. I was just extremely disappointed when I finally got to watch Top Gun. Yeah. And the stakes were so goddamn low for the plot. Like all of this is so one of you guys can figure out who the best fighter pilot at the best fighter pilot school is. Like a fighter pilot school is. I'm just like, I mean, someone dies, that's high stakes, I get it. But I'm just kind of like, this is all about literally just having your name on like a plaque. Like this whole movie's a dick measuring contest. Yeah, not a fan. Someone died for this? Like I'm just, I'm done. But you know, everyone I know, I mean, I know some people that are very critical of the government and literally went to see it and they're like, I did not want to leave and think anything good about this, but man, makes me want to sign up for the Navy. And I was like, okay, this is going to be a really engaging movie.
Right.
And like, it's now like overtaken Titanic as the highest grossing
It did very well.
post-pandemic.
But also, to be fair, I think it was released at a very, very key time.
Which is ironic because it was pushed back so far because of the pandemic.
Yeah, it was right after some patriotic holiday. Was it 4th of July that it came out?
Makes sense. I mean,
it was around some sort of
4th of July always has those big summer blockbusters anyway, whether it's patriotic or not. But you know, I've been waiting for this thing to come to Apple so I can buy it and watch it. And I just went out and bought it because I was like, okay, if everybody I know, even the most critical people, are like, oh my God, like I was creaming my pants watching this. It's so good. I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy it. So I'm watching it, and first of all, just like the first movie, there is a forgettable, doesn't need to be there romance plot where literally you could take it out and the movie would function perfectly as a plot without this like girl character. I'm not anti-girl character. I'm anti-ridiculous love story that has nothing to do and it's eating up the time. I will look at Jennifer Connelly all day. That's fine. But there is higher stakes. But I'm not massively impressed. Maybe I need an IMAX screen because I mean the cinematography is amazing. Yeah. They did a really good job of mixing like the 80s aesthetic of the first one with like the new kind of filming techniques we have now. And that's really cool. And honestly, props to making me always feel like my eyes were level because fighter jets like that, they're doing loops. I don't know what's up and what's down, but I kind of always did watching this. So props to that. But yeah, what really was distracting for me though, was Tom Cruise. Not because he's Tom Cruise, but because Tom Cruise is clearly in his 60s. Yeah. And he can't escape it in the movie because the movie's it's dated. Yeah. You know, like his character has a date on it. We know he's in his 60s, right? But he has that look, and he looks good. I'm not gonna say he doesn't. We've all seen his ups and downs through the last 10 years, though, with the bloating and then the non-bloating and the puffy face. And he's clearly been experimenting, and I support it. And it looks like everything is settled, and he looks good in this. What I don't like, which was distracting, is that he has that look in his hair that like you get when you just dye your hair, where it looks like it's like a block of color. Yeah. Like he hasn't washed it out yet. And it's just like, you look at a guy that age and you're like, there's no fucking way your hair is like all brown.
But there is. He's a Scientologist.
Oh, that's right.
Ron Hubbard. Maybe he's going to live forever.
Just cleared all the thetans out of his hair. And no gray hair anymore.
Absolutely not. No. Scientology in him.
But I feel like, you know how Kim Kardashian, like say Kim, like she's our best friend. I'm like, oh yeah, the Kardashian one. But she said like she's really good. Not all, she's got one of her good things is she can basically look at someone and tell them exactly where they need the improvements to have like the full potential of a glow up. Yeah. Which, by the way, I would love if anyone you do that for me. Not unsolicited. Yeah. But I would love to be told what about me needs to be tweaked to have full glow up potential. Fair. Don't say lose weight. I already am aware of that. But everything else, like my contour, my hair color, I would love that.
But you know what? I need you to show me how it's done. Don't just tell me.
Or at least give me a link to a YouTube.
No, but like I want to see what it's supposed to look like on my face. Or like, yes, you know what I mean? What am I trying to achieve?
Yeah. Or I need someone who's objective enough and good at like, do not tell me I don't look good and know how to fix it unless you know exactly what it is. Like, don't tell me to contour my cheeks unless you're also going to add the detail, but you need to start up here because your cheeks are a little bit round. So you don't want to drag your face down. You want to start up here. I mean, it needs to be an instructional lesson unless it's just like, don't wear red, which I already know, but I'm going to do that for Tom Cruise. So this is me. Someone needs to add like some salt and pepper in his hair because his character would look so much sexier if they acknowledged his age. Yeah. Because everyone, in my opinion, everyone in Hollywood, which is obviously the dream, like this is what you should want to look like. Everyone should look just like a really good version of the age they're at.
Well, also it works fucking wonders for George Clooney.
Yes.
He was the sexiest man alive.
And he's looked like he's been in his 60s for 30 years.
Yeah. He's making that gray hair work.
And you know why he's youthful? He's a very youthful personality. He's a prankster. He's a jokester. He has really good interviews. He's quick-witted. Like
his wife is great.
Oh, don't even get me started on Amal Clooney. Amal? You want to talk about who's in your top 5?
Amal's for you.
She's smart. She's successful. She's gorgeous. Oh yeah, I love Amal. I love Amal Clooney. I'm like this with Meghan Markle too, though. I love Meghan Markle. But someone needs to like strategically place some salt and pepper in his hair. Yeah. because he would be so much better looking, and also he wouldn't be so fucking distracting, because instead of watching Maverick, I'm watching a guy who can't accept the fact he's fucking 60, and that's all I can focus on the entire goddamn movie. And I'm sitting like, this is the movie that everyone creamed their pants because it was so good. This movie is like not that good. Like the scenes are good, it's engaging, but like the plot is very thin and very basic. And I did like they brought Val Kilmer back, and the way they brought him back was cool, but that's it.
I mean, so I'm speaking as somebody who like has never seen a Top Gun movie in my life. Mm-hmm. That's not even my genre. Mm-hmm. From my area of my age and shit like that, I think a lot of it had to do with the Miles Teller of it all. Oh yeah, you like Miles Teller. I have a love-hate relationship with him. Do I think he is fine as fuck? Absolutely.
Which is so funny. We every podcast episode, we are once again confirmed that Kristen and I will never
compete for the same man.
Never compete for the same man.
But his wife. So number one, Miles Teller did the Taylor Swift music video.
Wait, which one?
Stunning. I want to say it was All Too Well. You're gonna have to check me on this. I don't know what the name of it is.
I'm gonna look it up.
Stunning, absolutely fucking stunning. And then everybody was falling in love with him. He also did a movie that I loved called Two Night Stand. Great
I've
fucking
never
movie.
even heard of this movie.
Oh my God, it's so good. It's really...
I Bet You Think About Me? That's the song?
Is it? Sure. I don't know.
With Chris Stapleton? I think so.
Maybe.
It's I Bet You Think About Me.
But that was a great movie. And we've talked about how I cannot move past things. Like I fall in love with their character first, and then it's their person after. Oh, I can't get over what he fucking did in Divergent. Granted.
See, I think that's who he really, I think that's the closest to who he really is. Like, I don't know. I get big douchebag energy from him. So like, I think his Divergent character, that smug asshole who's like really only in it for himself and then will like lie about being a team player. I mean, I'm being very specific because I'm describing his character. But basically what I'm saying is I think he's closer to his douchebag characters than anything else. I will say this, though. He's a fantastic actor. He's very engaging to watch.
But then also his grandma. Like, so number one.
Wait, how do we know about his grandma?
Okay.
In real life?
Yeah. So when like Maverick was about to come out, his wife was like, ladies, he's taken, like posting super cute content of them.
Oh, yeah. His body is like, whoop.
But then after the movie came out, his grandma literally tweeted, I think my grandson, Miles Teller, would be an absolute amazing 007. You guys have already seen how he can do this kind of character and this kind of character.
He's not English.
But like, it doesn't matter. His grandma is campaigning for him on Twitter.
Is cute. That's cute. But James Bond is a character that like historically, like the actor has to be British.
Oh yeah. But I was just like, that is so fucking cute.
That is cute.
So like, I think the whole drama of it all, like
I think he'd make a really good action hero.
Yeah,
for sure. I don't know.
I mean, I didn't see Maverick, but the pictures that I saw from it, great.
Well, there's a whole volleyball scene where like there's all these guys are so cut.
Oh, I'm sure.
And they're just strategically shooting Tom Cruise from like just above the nipples up. Sure. Like it's just the top of his pecs up.
It's got to be saggy somewhere.
I mean, he looked pretty good, and then it's a faraway shot. But yeah, of course he's saggy somewhere. Yeah. I think we all know where. But well, I mean, maybe he should run a Thetan monitor over his junk and see what happens. But I don't know. Maybe they'll curl up into a little ball like a monkey paw, just like that story. But you're watching it, and everyone's super ripped. But they're ripped in a way that you can tell. They just did like 500 push-ups before the camera turned on. They're ripped in a way that someone is ripped when their muscles are like activated. Yeah. You know what I mean? But I did read behind the scenes, and I think it's funny. They use MAC lip gloss to simulate sweat.
Like that must feel
so gross.
Disgusting.
Because if anyone is listening that is not aware of the texture of MAC lip gloss, it is the stickiest lip gloss I've ever not had the pleasure, but I've ever used.
Yeah. Speaking of awful textures and movies, have you seen Purple Hearts on Netflix?
No, I refuse to watch that.
Why?
Because it's like government propaganda.
It is absolutely not government propaganda.
As I'm like, I watched Maverick finally.
Okay, so let me tell you, I watched this movie once, wasn't sure where I felt on it. Mm-hmm. And then since I'm a big Sophia Carson fan.
Okay, wait, real quick. Where does this bitch come from?
She's in Descendants.
Okay, I knew it was a decom thing. It had to be.
Yeah.
But okay.
Yeah, if I stand somebody.
Wait, whose kid was she?
She was Evil Queen.
Really?
Yeah.
I love Evil
She was
Queen.
Evie.
But I'm ching. Okay, go on.
Sorry. Anyways, so the movie, I've decided I really like it.
Okay.
I think her performance in it is fantastic.
Is it spicy?
I mean, a little bit, but like not really.
Okay.
It's more endearing. And it's not propaganda at all. It's actually all about her fucking like scamming the government, which like is like my favorite fucking thing.
Yeah. We love a victimless crime, which is always crimes against the government.
I fucking love them.
Don't come for me, FBI. I'm joking. Wink, wink.
Like I'm always here to fucking, support people who, fraud the government and stuff. But in the movie, like the biggest gripe I have, and I'm going to get really heated and I really apologize for all you people who really like this movie. There are scenes throughout the movie where so I have brunette hair. I have a love-hate relationship with it.
I'm going to interject here.
Yeah, go for it.
Kristen says she has a love-hate relationship with her hair when really there should be a love-love. Kristen's hair is an icon of fiery jealousy for me because she has the most beautiful hair I have ever seen. It is literally Princess Jasmine hair. I tell her all the time. So she can have a love-hate relationship, but I swear to God, if you say something like, oh, my hair is just too thick to have a rubber band go around it twice, I'm going to punch you in the face.
No, it's not that. It's just, thank you. That's very kind.
Just spitting facts.
But so I see sometimes in pictures, my hair just kind of looks dull because there's not a lot of dimension in it. So about every other year or so, every fall, I'll put blonde highlights in it just to warm it up or whatever.
Are we going to do that this year?
I'm thinking about it.
Ooh.
But then I don't know because I have such dark hair, I have to tone the shit out of it to keep it from getting brassy.
Oh, same with me. I actually used toner shampoo today. I was worried my fingernails would still be purple by the time we recorded.
Yeah.
Because I was scrubbing too much.
And so I don't really want to do that because I feel like I'm finally getting to a point where my hair is actually really healthy. But Sophia Carson in the movie, her hair just looks so dark and beautiful and I'm obsessed with it. However, this bitch has long hair.
Okay.
And there are times throughout the movie, and it's not all the time, which is also I think part of what bothers me, where she will literally leave her hair inside her jacket or her fucking sweatshirt or shirt or whatever. And if you're watching the YouTube video, I am.
Well, wait. So she puts on a shirt like over her head.
No, she'll be wearing it already, but her hair will be tucked.
But I'm trying to get the image. So if it would be to get your hair like that, it'd be like putting on a shirt and not pulling your hair out.
Yeah.
That's fucking psychotic.
It is. So let me tell you, if you are on YouTube, you're welcome. I'm giving you full Lord Farquaad realness. This is not
such a great reference.
Is not a flattering look for me. But she's very, very thin. She's got perfect bone structure, straight, really, really fucking cut a bitch draw.
I think she's had buccal fat removal, to be honest.
Good for her, to be honest.
That's why she has that concave cheekbone.
Yeah.
Oh, look.
But I cannot tell you how uncomfortable I am right now knowing that my hair is touching my back.
No, it literally makes me want to put my hair up right now looking at you.
Literally, and she does it multiple times, but she doesn't do it throughout the whole movie, so I don't know.
This would ruin the movie for me. I would hyper fixate on this so much. I'd be bitch, pull your hair out. You're
That's me.
Also, I'd be sending psychic telegrams to the lead actor, do not trust this bitch. She is a fugly slut. No, but who? I literally question the entire personality structure of someone who would do that.
But how does that not fucking bother you? I'm sitting here, even though I know for a fact
how has a journalist, and maybe how has a film journalist or a media journalist not had an interview during the promotion and that be their first fucking question? Was this a personal creative choice? Was this a directorial choice? Please walk me through why you did this.
That's my one, literally that is just, the movie is great. The music is great.
I can't even have my hair down while I eat.
The fucking hair in the back of the clothing. Take it out.
Oh my God,
that is my one fucking gripe with the movie. Other than that, it's beautiful. Very visually pleasing. It's very cool toned, so it's not super abrasive to the
Twilight.
eyes. very toilet. Blue. Also, just circling back to my my book for a second, they talked about like Team Edward versus Team Jacob, and she goes, Team Glitter Dick all the way. And I was like, that is the best way to fucking put it. Team Glitter Dick.
You would only be able to have the glitter dick experience if you fucked in the sunlight, though. Haven't read.
But if he's fucking freezing, why wouldn't you?
But also, I forgot. True. I forgot for a second. It's been so long since I read Twilight. Like if they're allowed to go in the sun or not. Because I'm like, they're not allowed to, but they still can. And I forgot it's because them glitterizing themselves gets too much attention, and that's why they're not allowed to be in the sun. But the sun won't burn them. So maybe they had a lot of outdoor sex in Brazil. I mean, why not? Didn't they have the whole island?
I don't know, but also if you think about it, the counterpart to Team Jacob would be Hairy Dick versus Glitter Dick.
Oh,
I'm sorry if we're doing it that way. I'm gonna go with Glitter Dick.
I also don't want to fuck a rocket pop, though. I mean, isn't his dick cold? I don't want to even get into the semantics, because the semantics of Edward, who is a vampire and who is without blood, getting a hard on makes no sense to me. I mean, if you want to be technical about it,
that's really fucking
you never
fair.
thought about that?
No,
I completely thought about it. And then when she got pregnant, I'm like, what was his sperm frozen? I don't understand.
Well, his sperm would literally be like geriatric.
Yes. And I know men can like father children for whatever, but the sperm quality does go down.
Wow. I never fucking thought about that.
It drove me crazy. And it wouldn't drive me crazy if it was left open. Like she never described like how blood works in the system of a vampire. I never, but she kind of did when she talked about what happens when you're newborn and how your eyes stay red for the first year you turn because of the leftover blood in your system from being human. Meaning that when your eyes go amber or they stay red because you're drinking human blood. So if you do not drink human blood as a vampire, it takes a year for that blood to come out of your system, and then your eyes will turn amber, right? Meaning he should technically have no blood in his system, but the guy's
but then I guess it would
sprouting
be
hard-ons. Ew, that's a really gross way to put it. Sorry.
that would be so painful. Like I don't know.
Wait, which part?
If he had no like if he was just literally hard. But like
Well, he's supposed to be like hard like a rock everywhere. Like he's supposed to be like hugging
how
stone.
uncomfortable.
I mean, every time she described vampires and then she would describe something else with vampires, like having sex or being affectionate or even making out.
Yeah.
Like I'd be like, isn't
like
he
a
supposed to
statue.
feel like a statue?
Yeah, ew.
Like, wouldn't him just even like touching you kind of hurt? I don't understand. Like, Stephanie Meyer's a shitty fucking writer, but
Yeah.
I hated Breaking Dawn. A lot of it was the fact that like the semantics of like the world she created in the context she created made no fucking goddamn sense. And like, I think we mentioned on the pod, we're not even going to get into the imprinting shit.
Foul. Fucking foul.
Completely gross. Not a fan.
See, that's honestly what like kept me like I never got past it. So then I never got the chance to get to Glitter Dick without blood.
You know what's something I never got past? And I'm going to mention this because me and my friend George, who watches my cats, and that's his full name. His full name is George, who watches my cats.
Yeah.
We have like a 7-year ongoing, like, this is the hill we're going to die on conversation. And sometimes we'll bring other people into it. But oh my God, that Diet Coke is going to make me burp so hard in like 3 seconds. I can feel it. And you guys, I hope hold on.
Do it. Do Nice.
So
nice.
Welcome to Fraternity Hour with Kristen and Tara.
We are unhinged.
I'm never drinking Diet Coke on the pod again. I'll go to LaCroix, which is also carbonated. Doesn't solve the problem. Anyway, we have an ongoing feud over what is the most perfect movie ever made. Unsurprisingly, my choice is Jurassic Park, not just because I like it, but I take into account the editing, the special effects, the pacing, the plot,
great.
the score. Oh my God, the biblical score, and like the acting, the way they cast everything. And by the way, whenever we pose this question to like everyone else, like we put it on Facebook or something, most people side with me, by the way. But do you know what his choice is?
Probably something stupid, something I haven't seen.
Back to the Future. I mean, that's fair. Right? It has a big following, but when you talk about things you can't get past, I will never get past like the glaring like grossness of the ultimate plot of Back to the Future. Have you seen it?
Nope. I have a weird thing about watching movies that are older than me.
I mean,
So
Fair. You're missing out on a lot of good shit though, because you were born in 95 and so many, I mean, this was 85, but so many good movies came out in the 90s between 90 and 95. Okay, so I'm not kidding, because you having no context for this, except you know, like the pop culture, like you know the DeLorean, the flying, whatever.
I know he looks like a mad scientist.
The whole movie is him trying not to fuck his mom. That is the entire movie. And his mom, and he goes back in time. I'm going to be really quick about this, but the whole reason this happened, and I'm not even going to say spoilers, you guys, it's back to the future.
His mom? That is...
Well, he doesn't, but I mean, he has to literally like basically fight her off.
That
like
is
push
so
her off
fucking
him.
foul.
She's like trying to like give him a handy under the family table. It's awful. You guys, I still can't believe that everyone is so cool with this movie. But no, I mean, the whole thing is that he goes back. In the beginning of the movie, they explain how his parents met, which was in high school. And then, and the reason they met is that the dad, Lorraine is the mom, her dad, so Marty's grandpa, hit the dad with the car and they brought him inside and they fell in love that way. Well, when he goes back in time to when his parents were that age, same age as him, he inadvertently pushes his dad out of the way. So Marty, the son, gets hit by the car instead. And they're playing on the idea that like fate was going to say whoever got hit by the car was the person that the mom was going to fall in love with.
Right.
And so actually ended up being the son. That's the person she fell in love with.
That's disgusting.
And so the whole movie, he's desperately trying to like fight not existing.
Yeah.
Because he needs his parents to get together. But the whole time, and his mom is a fucking horn dog. I've never seen a girl so forward. And she's so like, ugh. But yeah, that's the whole plot of the movie right there.
So George, who watches Tara's Cats, I'm so sorry to inform you that you are wrong. Never seen your movie, but it is not the perfect movie. Tara,
just on the basis of that alone,
you're also wrong. The perfect movie is Legally Blonde. That is it.
I'll allow it.
Because it is the perfect movie.
It honestly,
it's perfect. It's perfect.
Yeah, you know what? I agree. That is a very enjoyable movie. One, obviously.
Soundtrack, great.
But like our topic today too was talking about kind of like the toxic culture of girl bossing.
Yeah.
And kind of how it's like, it's fallen now. That's why we have like girl boss, gatekeep, what was that?
Gaslight.
And then all these negatives, right? But Legally Blonde, I really love. I mean, besides the fact it's entertaining as shit.
Yeah.
And the fact that her and Bruiser, is it Bruiser?
Bruiser
are both Geminis. Hello, Gemini power. But it's a really good movie because I think it really showcases female empowerment and female friendships. Besides Vivian, which is eventually comes around anyway, in a really great way. Because I mean, ditzy blondes and whatever, but even within her sorority and her friend circle, nobody really understands why she's doing this Harvard thing, and they kind of think it's a waste of time. You can tell there's like, why are you doing this? But they still help her. They still help her, and when she passes her LSATs, everyone in that sorority lifts her up.
Yep.
And in celebration, there's not one girl there that's not rooting for her.
Yeah.
And like her client-lawyer relationship when she gets to Harvard, and like I don't know, I just think. And that whole moment where she gets the internship.
Oh,
and this,
so good.
By the way, it's so hard to find a gif of this moment, and I don't know why, but like when she turns around, I'm like queen imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
All about everything. You're listening to this right now. Trust me, like inside my head, I'm thinking, what are you doing? Why are you talking? No one cares. And maybe you don't, but then why are you listening?
Because you have good taste. That's why you're listening.
Yeah.
Please stay.
But when she sees her name on the list and she turns around and she's like, me.
Yes.
I love that moment so much. And I wish I could channel that energy into so many things in my life. But I think you're totally right. I just feel like it is a really, and it's like I said, it was 2001. I don't think the girl boss era became a real thing until like 2000, like in the 2010s.
Yeah.
I think pretty early on. I mean, I think its rise and fall happened all in the 2010s. But I feel like the non-toxic version is literally Legally Blonde.
Yeah, it's perfect. Like she literally, and it had nothing to do with money or anything like that. It literally was just because she wanted to do something. She wanted to get her man back. And she fucking went and did that, and she realized her worth. We love to fucking see it.
Also, can we talk when she went to apply? I think she went to the school she was at then, and she said like, I'm going to Harvard. And they were like, but you don't have any experience or whatever. Yeah. And then you don't have what about backup school? She's like, no, I'm going to Harvard. And the girl or the woman, the lady, whatever, that was helping her didn't say like, okay, well, you need a backup school. Yeah. She said, okay, well, then let me tell you what you need. She thought it was crazy, but she was like, this is what you need then. Yeah. Like she didn't make her feel stupid.
Nope.
She was kind of like, okay, but she helped her.
It's so good. Like, and I'm sorry, I'm a musical theater geek. The musical, like Legally Blonde, the musical.
I'll take your word for it. You know I'm not a musical girly.
So fucking good. Like, it is the best TV to film to musical adaptation I've ever fucking seen. MTV did a reality show, like Finding the Next Elle Woods. That was great.
They did?
They picked the wrong girl. It's fine. It's actually not fine. I will literally throw whatever money I need to get Legally Blonde back on Broadway because it was so good. But also, you know what I was thinking about when we were talking about like girl boss, like boss babe sort of garbage?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like right now everybody else is kind of on the same track with like, fuck it all. Like that's toxic. It's gross.
Leave your job, walk out, quit.
Like know your worth type shit, right?
Yeah.
The only places I've ever seen boss babe and all that sort of stuff still being perceived as like positive is in the MLM pyramid scheme.
You're
sort
so
of
right.
Garbage. You can work from home. Like, hey,
you can be
babe,
your
how you
own
doing?
boss. You can make your own money. It's basically like having your own company. You know
work from anywhere.
You know who else does this, but it's not limited to like women, is Enterprise Rent-A-Car. If you're fresh out of college and you're lured in by their management program that will look good on a resume, fucking run. Do not go to Enterprise Rent-A-Car. It's not like I'm, speaking from personal experience or anything.
I was gonna say, what the fuck is this?
Enterprise Rent-A-Car literally marketed itself as like the place to be for new college graduates. It'll look great. They built themselves on the premise that we're a stepping stone to something greater, and like having this on your resume will get you in the door anywhere. And it is bullshit. It's basically an MLM.
Ew.
Like it's awful. Like the worst 6 months of my life were working there in Arizona, no less.
Oh, so hot.
I was very hot. Also, right to work state, so labor laws were not fantastic.
Of course not.
So I was just really overworked in this on a lot. It stunk. And so you're right. You're so right about MLMs. And I just hate MLM. Saint makeup, not Lululemon. What is it?
LuLaRoe.
That's Herbalife.
Fucking garbage.
Rodan and Fields.
Or the It Works with the body wraps and the.
I haven't heard of that.
Oh, it's so fun. Lose 10 pounds with these body wraps.
That is such a 1950s way of doing
so
things.
Gross. Or the, what is it? Monat hair that like.
I don't know.
Hair care that like makes your hair fall out.
The only thing I know about that,
allegedly,
I haven't heard of that. I've heard of something called like Diva Curl or something for curly hair girls, and that apparently has bad stuff, juju going on. I don't know.
It's just like so gross. Like I'm so sorry when people like are like, oh, you could retire early. Shut the fuck up.
Did you ever watch that documentary about the fall of LuLaRoe?
No, I didn't because you know what? Like it makes me really mad.
Oh yeah, me too. But I mean, it's easier to watch it knowing that they fucking they still exist, but like nowhere near the height of their power.
Yeah, but like they fucked up so many people's lives.
They did.
Like,
but if you watch the documentary and they have like those conventions or whatever. Yeah. Okay, first of all, I've had a few roommates in my life. And I got really lucky with a couple of them. It's the greatest girls ever. I still speak to them.
Oh, amazing.
But I got really unlucky with another one of them. And she ended up being like a top 5 seller or something for LuLaRoe. And so in the documentary, she's giving a presentation at the conference. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm changing her name because I'm talking shit about her. That's Betsy. Holy shit. And like, I was like, she was a freaking psycho to live with. And I'm just not surprised she did so well in LuLaRoe at all. That's like her people.
Yeah.
But like watching this convention is the epitome of toxic girl boss shit. It's like, I don't want to hear, like, give me a presentation. I don't want to hear, oh, I'm not meeting my sales goals. Oh, I don't get enough sizes. Oh, my inventory is not good. No one to blame but yourself for not doing well. You need to go out there and work. It was very Kim Kardashian, get off your ass and work. And it was totally like addressing complaints they've had with the company, legitimate complaints, and making it their fault. You're not working hard enough.
You know what it's giving? And like, I haven't seen it, so I could be completely off base. It's giving Rachel Hollis vibes.
Oh my God, I hate that
when
bitch.
she had her like conventions and shit like that.
I didn't know about that until after she got divorced. And then people said, you had conventions on relationships and staying married and then you got divorced, but okay.
And then like she had her whole product line at like Target, I thought, like her planners and shit like that and her books.
I can't stand her. She's the most myopic.
Ugh.
Like she's one of those people that exists and then she makes a huge fuck up, kind of addresses it, but instead she mostly just hides comments and deletes comments and like will not allow any pushback or growth. Everything about Rachel Hollis just bugs the shit out of me. She's definitely one. I mean, girl, stop apologizing. Girl, wash your face. I mean, that is toxic girl bossing bullshit. The whole like, oh, just pick yourself up and go out there. It's like, or I don't know, have a really cathartic cry session and stay in bed until tomorrow.
Yeah, sometimes you really need to fucking feel that shit out.
Yeah.
And like this whole girl boss, babe, whatever, it gives such a negative connotation to being anything but perfect.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so sorry. There's some times when like I literally want to do nothing and I don't do anything. And that should be perfectly okay, perfectly acceptable.
And to me it is. We need this like type of like women support women to permeate society where like women don't feel guilty that they have free time and aren't doing anything with it.
Yeah.
But it's more than that, and I know that. But I've been struggling a lot with all the time I've had off because of my leg, which thankfully is feeling better. It's the first day I haven't worn my brace and it's feeling good.
What a win.
I know. But I have so much, and I totally do it entirely to myself. But on top of errands I can run now that I have time, I also have like, oh, you should clean your whole room. You should reorganize your closet. You could declutter. You can go to Goodwill and donate. You can, do all these things. And I'm not, I get overwhelmed by the thought of everything I can do that I freak out and get anxiety. And then I don't do anything. It's kind of like when I have insomnia and I can't sleep. If I can't sleep, well, I guess I can read my book. No, I can't because I'm so tired. My eyes are crossing.
Yeah.
I can't do anything. And then I feel pissed at myself and frustrated. I kind of tweeted about this on my Twitter. I hate that phrase. I tweeted about it on my Twitter. What bullshit. That is a bullshit phrase, but it's what happened. Every once in a while when I'm going through something, I'll kind of tweet about it. Yeah.
That's what Twitter's for, though.
It is. I also post funny memes, but I mean, follow me. Tara, not Tara. I'm good. I have a good Twitter. And I posted like about, I'm just super frustrated lately. And like, it was this urge to kind of be a control freak.
Yeah. Because
I felt so out of control and overwhelmed. And there was a million things I wanted to do. And I was just really amped up. So if you saw that, that's what that was about. I was just putting a lot of pressure on myself for basically being useless at a time when I really should have been being useless.
Yeah, because you fucking hurt yourself.
Yeah. And that's part of the toxic part of girl bossing is that it's like, I mean, not to be like that Gen Z millennial person, even though I'm so far from Gen Z and I'm totally co-opting the generation because Gen Z is so much better than being a millennial. But
hashtag thankful I'm a cusper.
I would be too. But it's a puppet of capitalism.
Yeah.
They exploited feminism to make women hustle harder. And a lot of the girl bossing, it felt like, was not about women supporting women. It was about being the woman.
Best.
Being like the woman in the office that looks at other women and goes, if I can do it, why can't you do it?
Yeah.
And it's just so seedy and gross. And like, I know everyone kind of realizes this now for the most part in 2022, mostly because the pandemic kind of forced us to reevaluate.
Yeah.
Like, I'm supposed to be girl bossing right now. Go fuck yourself. I'm supposed to be writing my memoir now because I have time. No, I'm freaking out. I'm trying not to die. I'm trying to make sure my grandma, my mom, my baby, all these people are not exposed to COVID, especially when things were just going crazy and no one knew anything.
I was gonna say, I'm literally at my front door Cloroxing the boxes of food that are coming into my apartment.
I did that.
I have no fucking, I'm sorry. No, I'm busy.
But I'm supposed to be learning French and writing my memoirs and like getting ahead in work and being the circling back person, which is something you say, which I don't mean to be like that, but the people on the Zoom, or like to piggyback off that, like, I don't want to be that person. I honestly, I want to rest. You know what I did during the pandemic? I was so psyched about this. I bought yoga toes. Do you know what yoga toes are?
No.
For someone who like didn't this, you might like this. I don't know. When I feel like the only person alive that was like this, but when I was growing up and to this day, I don't like the feeling of my toes touching each other. And I can't do anything about it. And have coping skills now. But I don't like the feeling of my toes touching each other. I hated wearing socks. I hated wearing shoes that weren't flip-flops. I didn't like feeling my toes like cramped in something. Yeah. And even now I'm wearing Toms. And like I said, I've developed coping skills. I can't do anything about my toes touching each other.
Yeah.
But there's a thing called yoga toes that are literally toe separators.
I love that.
And they're meant to stretch out your foot and to like realign your bones. So like you walk better and balance better and everything. And it does kind of hurt at first because it's like very separating.
Yeah.
I was so excited to get yoga toes. I probably wore them far longer than you're supposed to, but
hey, if it stopped you from...
It is like getting to breathe oxygen for the first time.
I
Like
love that
literally
for
the
you.
second my toes weren't touching each other, I was like, this is what relief feels like. It was the best feeling. And I was
love
like,
that.
you know what? I spent a lifetime hating the fact my toes touched, and then I figured out a way to stop it.
Beautiful.
And that is a successful pandemic story for you. Like,
let's see. My pandemic was fueled with me doing schoolwork, which was like blah. But I watched a lot of TV, and like I think we've talked about this. I am a TV movie gal.
yeah.
So over the
I
pandemic,
think we talked about the fact that you only like a certain ones, and you just rewatch them a lot.
yeah. So over the pandemic, I found Jane the Virgin.
Oh, I love Jane the Virgin.
And if you are, I actually don't think I've ever talked about this on the podcast. Anyways, I did not find out that I was Latina until I was 19.
Really?
But I didn't actually get confirmation.
Kristen, you look Latina.
We'll get there.
Okay.
I didn't actually get
know this. This is blowing my... I didn't know
verbal
this about you.
confirmation from my mother until I was 23. So when I turned 19, Disney Junior released Elena of Avalor.
Uh-huh.
I took one motherfucking look at her and I was like, I'm fucking Latina. That is me. And then ever since then, I've fully, because before, all right, little backstory. I'm adopted.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, did you just think your mom fucked the milkman? Like, what's going on?
They never told me what I was, which is fine. Mm-hmm. But I was raised in the whitest household, I'm sure, in America. Mm-hmm. My mom, paler, literally goes out in the sun 2 seconds, comes back burnt. And my dad is sweet. He just doesn't know anything. Love the man, but not really super there. In terms of, my adoption sort of thing.
Yeah.
Obviously.
P.S. I just want to say real quick, I think it's great that your parents adopted you.
Yeah.
I love people who adopt.
I tell my parents all the time that they got a great deal on me. I was on the clearance rack on a Wednesday.
And they picked you. They looked at all those babies and they picked you.
All those babies on the hanger. And it was an extra 75% off at Catholic Charities. And they picked me, baby. And like we have a really good relationship about it. And like growing up, I thought like Disney princesses and shit like looked like me if they had dark hair. Because
what about Jasmine?
Yeah. So I thought I looked like Jasmine. I thought I looked like Demi Lovato. I thought I looked any fucking buddy who had dark hair. I thought I looked like them. And it wasn't until I saw Elena of Avalor and I saw it in animated form where I was like,
isn't that so interesting that that's what did it for you? That's what triggered it. We don't get to choose what sparks the realization, but
but it was Elena of Avalor. And then I forgot where I was going with this. Anyways, obviously looking at me now, you can fucking tell I'm fucking a Latina queen. Mm-hmm. Where was I going with this?
I don't know. You're talking about dark hair. What were we talking about? Welcome to the pod, Stream Consciousness. Girl bossing. I don't know, but I'll tell you a story.
You can tell that I have 2 brain cells left. I'm so sorry. I told you all that for no reason.
No, I'm honestly surprised it wasn't me because I'm the one that
There's a point somewhere.
There's a point somewhere. You'll get back there.
I obviously am Latina. I saw it on, Elena of Avalor. Mm-hmm. And then I came across Jane the Virgin.
Okay.
And holy fucking shit. I have never felt so proud to be Latina.
That's a great show.
In my life. Until I saw Jane the Virgin.
And you didn't even grow up with telenovelas. I grew up with telenovelas.
Yes, I grew up with soap operas.
Well, American soap operas.
Yeah.
My grandma,
General Hospital and shit
my
like that.
grandma would watch me. My mom was at work when I was growing up, and she'd pick us up from kindergarten and stuff like that, and we go to her house. My grandma is Hispanic. She was born in Spain, but born in Costa Rica, but of Hispanic. She's from Barcelona, but she grew up in Costa Rica. She literally came to America.
Cultured queen.
Yeah, she came to America literally on a banana boat.
Amazing.
And taught herself to speak English when she got here.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm from watching TV. But I grew up with telenovelas on all the time.
Yeah.
So when I was watching Jane the Virgin, I loved it because it felt like I was, it's meant to mimic a telenovela.
Yeah.
But it just felt great. And I was just kind of always thinking oh, are they really sisters, and the sister is actually the nun, and the nun is actually having sex with the priest who's actually the father of this is how telenovelas go. Sorry, I just love telenovelas. It reminds me of growing up.
So I growing up, I was never introduced to telenovelas. Obviously, like I said, whitest parents in America. But it was such a beautiful fucking love letter to the like Latin culture, and just
it really was.
Her family was so beautiful. You know what? Here's the thing.
I love Zoe.
My dad is Rogelio. That is my dad.
You're so lucky because I love that character.
Yeah. My literal dad, I'm not even kidding you. When we leave Vegas every time, he literally packs me a care package. A box for me, a box for Ryan, and a box for Gig.
To put his headshot in there too?
No, unfortunately not. My dad just like pictures of him. But it was just such a beautiful show. So I watched that, I think, 8 times during the pandemic.
You know what I watched during the pandemic that I never watched before? And I was like, I never got it. I was like, I don't understand why people like this show so much. And then I watched it and I was like, oh my God, I love this show. Was New Girl. And that's
Can't get into it.
You haven't seen the episode, The Cooler, with the best kiss ever recorded.
Is this the kiss?
Yes. Oh my God. Do you understand when we recorded that part of the podcast and whatever episode we talked about it? I literally went home and like watched that episode and rewound it and rewound it. Oh my God, it was so sexy. But no, but the character of Schmidt is probably my favorite characters in the world. And the part, if you haven't watched our YouTube when we're recording. Well, I'm also wearing sweatshirts, but I have a lot of freckles and I have a lot of freckles and moles, which is thanks to my Scottish-Irish heritage. And it's just funny because the character Schmidt does too. And I don't know how they got on the topic, but Schmidt was talking like what they're gonna like when they're gonna die. Like, would you want to know when you're gonna die?
No.
And he was just like, he's like, oh, I already know how I'm gonna die. And they're like, how? And he's like, it's gonna be this bitch right here. And he's posed to a mole. He's like, yeah, this one's totally gonna do me in. Like, I just thought that was so funny. And it was like, I don't know. I was like, yeah, that's probably my story too. This one right here. That's the problem. You are gonna be problem in 20 years.
I love that.
It was just really funny. Oh God, would you rather know? Someone asked me this. I thought it was a great question. Would you rather know the date you're gonna die or how you're gonna die?
How?
What's your reasoning?
Because if I have a date, I'm going to do nothing but stress out about it. I feel like if I know how I'm going to die, I can do everything. I'm a control freak, especially when it comes to this. We've talked about this.
We both are.
I can do my best to avoid it, right? So
no, let's just say this is something you cannot escape. You cannot outrun fate. It's one of those solid, it is what it is.
Yeah, but like, okay, if it's a car accident, I can never get in a car again. I'll walk everywhere, bitch. I'll get skinny.
What if it's somewhere where you're immobilized because you got injured and you're put into an ambulance, and the ambulance is the one that gets into the crash? There's always a reason you end up in a car. But then
that's fine, because then I can say that I tried my best to avoid cars. You know, if it's cancer, I can pay out of pocket every day, every month for a cancer screening. You know what I mean? Like I will, or at least if I feel like I am doing something to prevent it.
Would you really want your life to be consumed by that though?
My life already is.
I mean, good point.
I'm not even fucking, I'm so crazy when it comes to dying. Like
You're talking to Miss Hypochondria here. Don't worry. I'm with you.
We live in like Orange County. Mm-hmm. I get nervous driving to LA.
I get nervous just getting behind a wheel.
But I get so nervous to the point where I think that Ryan and I should not travel together.
Oh, like the royal family.
Because
they used to do that.
If something happens to us, who's going to come home to Gig?
No, the royal family does this.
Like
to separate the important, or they used to.
I'm literally 26 years old.
No.
Like, that's where my brain.
No. There are families that do that. Like families when they travel on vacation and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a bad idea.
That's where, but like, it does not need to be for every single scenario. Like, I need to calm down. You know what I mean?
I think about that. I mean, when my family travels together, and I'm not with them. Yeah. I always think like, do you all have to go together? Do I have to lose everyone if something happens?
To take the same plane?
Yeah, I think about it. Trust me, I think about it too. Me, I would rather choose to know the date I'm going to die than how. Because one, if it's anything other than like completely peaceful and like whatever, I honestly think I would just end up K-wording myself. Like,
really?
Yes. All I would do is fixate. I would completely fixate. If I knew the date, if I knew how, I would do nothing but fixate on it my entire life. Where the same thing with the date, And it's impossible not to see it coming. But I feel like the benefit of knowing when knows how much time I have left. And even if it's tomorrow, I know how to prioritize. It will give me a chance to do everything important that I would want to do if I knew it was coming. And that benefit I would have. Not knowing, I mean, the idea of, you know, because I think when we all envision like how our life will end, not to be morbid because I'm trying to be very like funny about it, but we all picture us in the ideal situation. Yeah. Us in bed with our families and loved ones surrounding us, like the end of Interstellar or whatever. Sorry, spoiler, but you should have seen it already because it's an amazing movie. And like that's what we all think, right? And then we see terrible tragedies and we're like, oh my God, that's so sad. Hopefully that's never me. But the reality is there's a lot of different, I mean, what was that movie? A Million Ways to Die in the West?
Never seen it.
I mean, it wasn't that good, but I liked the idea. I mean, it's true. Dude, humans are fragile as fuck. Yeah. There's a million ways to die, and most of them are not good. Actually, all of them are not good, but
see, but like I don't know if I have like a God complex or like what the fuck I think is wrong with me. But like I think that like even if I get sick or I get injured, I still have hope that like I can beat it.
I'm just going to say one of us has had COVID and one of us has not.
Yeah.
So who do you really think that would be? I'm kidding.
No, I'm just saying like
No, I know what you mean, but honestly, that's a beneficial outlook. Because I mean, don't they always talk about that when people are sick or having to go through something hard? Yeah. Their mentality needs to be that like, yeah. I don't like the idea of beating cancer or beating a sickness because I feel like it has it gives a connotation of like some people are stronger than others, and it doesn't work like that. No. But actually, I think that's very healthy. Do I think you're wrong and you will eventually die, Kristen? I'm so sorry, but yes.
Unfortunately, yes. Yeah. However, I will
1 out of 1 people die.
1,000,002, because in my mind, medicine by then will be
hey, bitch, it
fantastic.
It might.
Yeah. Like I have a lot of faith.
I'll have like a mechanical colon by then, but I'll still be kicking.
Yeah. You know, but also too, like I just have this feeling in my heart where like I just think I can do anything I want to if
that's
I
fantastic.
Set my mind to. But it depends on my mindset and what it is. Yeah. Right. Like in this past week, I have felt particularly shitty about myself. Mm-hmm. However,
just one of those weeks.
Yeah. Do I also think that I could, if I spent enough time and brain power, do I also think that I could girl boss my way, you know, to do whatever else I want to do, mm-hmm. you know, like work on this podcast and stuff like that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. But like, I've been feeling particularly shitty about this physique of mine.
Oh, welcome to, yeah, I'm with you. You know? Not about you, about me. I'm having one of those weeks too.
But like, it's just dependent upon when you hit me.
Can we talk about the whole, I mean, you said you're having a bad week.
Yeah. But I've also been sick and, you know, living on my ass for a month.
Yeah, I haven't been moving and that's been catching up with me. If you see me in like a week from now and you're like, oh my God, she's fatter, it's true. Just don't tell me.
Like, tell me I look good.
Tell me I look great. Say, ooh, your ass looks great or something. But I remember, this has bugged me for a long time, but I think this also ties into the girl bossness of everything, which is kind of like getting shoved down our throats forever about body positivity.
Oh God, that can go in the garbage
too. Really, you know, I know other people have different opinions about this, but seriously, fuck body positivity.
It's trash.
Can I just not like my thighs? Yeah. Can I not like my fupa? Can I not like my neck? Why do I have to, and oh my God, there's just so many problematic things with it. But like, why not body neutrality? And I know that is a term and I'm using it. I didn't make it up. It's a term. Why can't I just coexist with what I don't like about myself? It doesn't, I mean, does it consume me? Yes. Do I spiral because of, if I get on a scale or I'm fixating on things about my body that I hate and do I body dysmorphia, all these things? Yeah. But is that kind of just part of the human existence for us in the world we live in? Unfortunately, yes. Can't I just like, I don't understand the whole like, I feel like with body positivity, the idea is that you're not fulfilled unless you get to the place where you have self-acceptance. Yeah. And I think that's really toxic. And I think that does not give us grace as humans or as women. Yeah. And this goes for men too. It's just women are, you know, historically the target of this stuff in society. And all the diet campaigns and ad campaigns and stuff are targeted toward women mostly.
Yeah, of course.
And I I just want to exist with my flaws and be allowed to hate my flaws. And what I really, really hate is the idea that you can't love somebody until you really love yourself.
Such garbage.
Fuck that. I'm never going to love myself. I'm sorry. Tolerate myself. Have good days with myself.
Yeah.
Feel like Superwoman one day and feel like fucking human dumpster garbage the next.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's the human experience. It's not fine. Those days suck. But it's the human experience. But I don't like the idea that I'm not lovable or I'm not a complete human being until I love myself first. I can love someone else just fine.
True.
And someone else can, and also someone else can love me, even if I have a problem with myself.
You know what quote really gets me through a lot? It's from the current queen of Genovia, before she was queen, Miss Mia Thermopolis.
Always love a Princess Diaries.
Princess Diaries movie. She looked in the mirror and she's still Mia Thermopolis. Yeah. She's not, princess or anything like that. She literally looks in the mirror and she goes, well, as always, this is as good as it's gonna get. And you know what? That do be the vibe sometimes. Yeah. I'm gonna go to the gym later. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna leave with a six pack. I feel like I deserve.
That right there is why I don't go to the gym.
I feel like
I would deserve. Love to. If I can't leave with a six pack, I'm not gonna go.
I feel like I deserve a tight ass and a six pack just by walking through the doors.
Yeah,
but that's not gonna happen for me. So this is as good as it's gonna get today.
In the movie, Julie and Julia Child and her sister comes to visit in Paris, and they're looking in the mirror before they go to a party because they're like dressed up, and they both look in the mirror, and Julia Child's like, pretty good, but not great. And I was like, that's the same energy.
Mood.
And I was like, and they both laugh it off, and I'm just kind of like, there's something nice about accepting your flaws, and I don't want to be like that's the whole point about body positivity, because I don't accept my flaws. I feel like I just reposted this on our official Instagram, but it was a reel of Dolly Parton talking about like, hey, if you have the money, if you have the urge, if you have the nerve to change something about yourself that you can, and it's gonna make you happier, fucking do it. And then she was saying, I wear nails because I have short hands, I wear heels because I have short legs, and I'm thinking, well, you're really going for the non-obvious stuff, girl, because I mean, we're all looking at your tits and we know you've had like 10 boob jobs and whatever, and you love looking cheap, and that's why we love Dolly Parton, because she's unapologetically herself, and she's so goddamn talented.
Oh, I
and
know.
Like all the stuff she does for animals, and by the way, she has a new dog line called Doggy Parton.
Stop.
It's so cute.
Oh my God.
But I mean, like, I Dolly Parton is like one of my favorites ever. And I just was like, I just love her push for acceptance and normalizing of things we can do to make ourselves feel better about ourselves. Because I mean, I've talked before about how I had a nose job. I was 21. So
She girl bosses the right way.
Yes, she does. But I've had people, I kind of love doing this, when the topic of plastic surgery comes up with people, and some people get on their soapbox about how like everyone should learn to love themselves, and you're just doing exactly what like society wants you to do, which is change yourself. And it's like, well, I've had a nose job, and to watch them like shrink back.
Yeah, they're like, oh shit.
But honestly, you can say whatever you want. You can have that opinion around me. It's my life, not yours. So it's fine. But I just want to be like, do you understand like how much better my life is after that, and how consumed I was with being self-conscious over what and by the way, you know how many people before I did tell me I don't need a nose job, I don't need to do it, whatever. That's fine. It's not for you, it's for me.
Yeah. Their opinion does not matter.
It honestly felt like I was wearing a mask my whole life, and like someone took off the mask and there I was.
I love that.
It felt like that's what I meant to look like.
Yeah.
And I don't look like a supermodel, you guys, but my face looked, it was like, it just looked like everything. It's like what I felt like I should have looked in the mirror. I just felt like I looked like me.
Yeah.
I didn't look gorgeous. I just looked like me. Yeah. And people don't realize that part, that can happen with plastic surgery or beauty treatments or things like that. And I didn't go crazy. I didn't get a bunch of other stuff done. I've never had anything else done besides that and like my injectables.
Right.
And that was just recently. But it made such a difference. It made so much of a difference in my life. A recurring nightmare I have is that I never had it done. And it's one of the scariest nightmares ever. Yeah. To think that I actually, this past like, how long, 16 years of my life have actually been a dream.
Yeah.
I mean, the past 16 years have not been good in a lot of ways. But let me tell you, my nose job and me deciding to do it is the best decision I've ever made in my entire life. In my entire life.
Well, and like that's, I think, part of like the girl bossing like situation that like I think becomes like really toxic is it's like, it's not okay to be like unhappy or like just slightly imperfect.
You need to have it all, and you need to be good at it, and you need to it's the image of like the woman who has it all together.
Yeah, I gotta say, a lot of it comes from like, I think the mommy bloggers.
Oh, absolutely.
They're like, my kids are so clean and put together and their hair is perfect and my house is clean and I'm so skinny and I have these great clothes and you should buy it for my like to know it and blah, 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 blah. My marriage is
completely
perfect.
agree. There's a lot of I mean, Rachel Hollis kind of falls into this, but like, was she a blogger or just an author?
I have not a clue. I was not into her.
You know what mommy blogger type person I like cannot, like, I mean, with a passion, I hate?
Who?
Ava Amuri, Susan Sarandon's daughter. By the way, this adds to her insufferableness. She abandoned Hollywood, a nepotism baby who literally could walk in and just be in a movie.
I mean, you gotta give her credit there.
To be a blogger.
I mean,
I question that choice. I understand being an influencer is very fun, and I'm sure it is. And I'm sure every influencer that's listening, if you are, is going, it's a real job. I do think it's a real job. I question the fact that she left Hollywood to do this instead and be the most unlikable person on the internet with a blog that exists. She's just so annoying. She's so humble braggy. And she has everything she writes as an air of superiority. And I'm like, hey, golden spoon.
Yeah.
Take it out of your mouth.
Yeah.
And shut the fuck up.
It's giving tone deaf.
You're talking about your professional photographer you use for your blog at the same time you're trying to tell a story about how you're a real woman. And shut the fuck up.
Yeah. No, I can't. We talk about the Kardashians a lot here.
Mm-hmm.
They are wildly unrealistic, but I feel like there's a difference between people like the Kardashians posting whatever they post and like normal human people that post online. Like, obviously the Kardashians are human, but they're just a different
I follow
breed.
them because they're fake as fuck. Like,
Yeah.
I want to see. I mean, there's a reason I like them. I like it's not aspirational because there's no way I'm ever gonna fucking be a Kardashian or even close to it. I don't know. I like to look at pretty people with expensive things.
Yeah.
Sorry, I do.
But it's just like, meh, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like when I see all these mommy bloggers posting the same thing, the same outfit. Here's me in my car. Here's this. But no. That's fake. That's dumb.
Have you ever heard of Get Off My Internets?
No.
There is an entire website, and unfortunately, it's formatted like shit.
Damn.
So you have to get through that part. But it's all about bloggers and influencers that people hate. And by the way, and you know what? Bloggers and influencers hate Get Off My Internet because, you know, it's just a pull of negativity and blah, blah, blah. Let me tell you, even if this podcast takes off and we end up with an entire thread in the message forum for Get Off My Internet, remember how excited I was to get a hater?
Yeah.
I don't fucking care. And you know why? Because we cannot underestimate the cathartic release of a good hate follow.
Yeah.
And being able to bitch about things like that. And if I can be that for someone, I'm proud to be that for you. But like, there is an entire website dedicated.
That's crazy.
I mean, all this stuff, weight loss bloggers, mommy bloggers, lifestyle bloggers. And I mean, like, they make so many good points. And it's so nice to see someone being like, did this bug anybody else? It's like, yes, that bugged the shit out of me when they posted that. Yeah, Get Off My Internet is fun.
Oh, I'll have to look into it.
But the formatting is just shit.
Oh, I hate that.
I wish someone would like get a hold of their website and be like, come on. It always crashes too. Like, it can't take any traffic. It's so annoying.
Oh, no.
With girl bossing though, like, I feel like the women supporting women, yes, but in a very specific way. Like, is there a name for like this new gen of girl bossing that's not so toxic? Or God, I hope not. I don't want 5 years us to look back and be like, oh my God, remember like the whole new girl boss thing from 5 years ago and how fucked up that was? I hope this seems less toxic.
So what I think is going to happen is we're going to have a really lovely sort of sexy time where like we have whatever this like pure like supportive sort of thing is. And then like true Americans, we're going to fuck it all up.
Oh, it'll
take
be
it too far.
Wait till it gets exploited.
Yeah, we'll take it too far somehow, and then this will become problematic or whatever.
Have you ever looked at like a brand or a label and like the best description I can describe is like if you look at your pet and like you just know their internal monologue is like done by a certain actor or actress, like they're not correlated at all, or like an aura or color, like you would assign random things to things. Have you ever looked at like a label or a brand and been like, everything about this screams fucking girl boss? Because mine's Glossier. Mine's definitely Glossier.
Not off the top of my head, no.
Glossier and Moon Juice are the top two for me.
I can say, as somebody who went to Glossier for the first time, I don't know, I went like maybe a month ago. The first time I went to the Ivy is when I went. What a fucking nothing burger of a store.
I mean, I feel like that about their products, but
aesthetically gorgeous. Fucking gorgeous.
That right there is the baseline of the girl boss movement. Aesthetically, yeah. So I what I want to know is with girl bossing, I don't think a term exists for like the new age of girl bossing, or maybe a less toxic version of it, or if it's even flushed out enough, if it even knows what it is yet. So if you guys, I'm always prompting you guys to write in because I love hearing from you guys. And by the way, I've had a couple listeners reach out and say they have an embarrassing story coming and nothing is in my inbox, guys.
Where the fuck are they?
I have had one, which was great, but like, and I've already said it what it was, but you guys need to talk to us. We love talking to you.
Where the fuck are we fucking put our souls out there for your judgment and you didn't reciprocate.
I know. We were vulnerable with you.
Tara and I are having a conversation. You and I need to have a conversation.
Exactly. And my question is, because I was talking about how like the cathartic like benefits of having a good hate follow or like 20. Who is the girl boss era person that had a downfall that you love? Like Jen Gotch. Yeah. And if you're wondering who is that, exactly. Because we're dropping the group chat we recorded before this, I can say it's Audrey Gelman from The Wing, who is Lena Dunham's former best friend. And if that entire sentence, like already you're like, how did she ever get famous? Yeah, right there. Like Audrey Gelman, Jen Gotch, Sophia Amoruso from the ultimate bad gal, nasty gal, girl boss icon that is her.
I loved her.
Who was your favorite downfall, and who are you pissed hasn't had theirs yet? Who are you waiting?
Who needs
for the reckoning? Yeah, I want to know what reckoning you're waiting for. Because I love this shit. I love it.
Other than that, I think we will see you guys next week. Have a great week. We also sincerely hope that you are enjoying group chat. Mm-hmm. We're really enjoying playing around with it.
I love
talking about pop culture topics that are a little bit more trendy and in the now.
And it's more raw for me and Kristen's friendship. I mean, we're podcast hosts and we get along, obviously, but we're friends outside of it.
Yeah.
And so stuff we talk about in our text messages isn't always what we bring up on the pod. We feel like it's more personal and it's more about kind of like not just what we think other people would be interested in, our stupid little shit we find is interesting. And believe it or not, I think a lot of you probably will find it interesting too.
I think so. To be honest with you, this is the second time we've recorded this podcast. Mm. I like this one so much more.
I really like group chat too.
I just think that this is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it helps us keep
stay sharp.
Yeah, because we tend to ramble and I love that about us, but I feel like I like having an episode for different moods you're in. Because when I go through my podcast library, there are some podcasts that are ramblers in our stream of consciousness, and it's all about like the chemistry and the friendships that are pre-existing and stuff.
Yeah.
And there are ones where I want to learn something, or like I just want to listen to a full episode on my drive to work or something. Yeah. And I like that we have a lot of fun stuff cooking that we're always thinking about for you guys, but I like the fact that we've started offering 2 different kinds of formats.
Yes.
Depending on what you're in the mood for.
Yeah. You don't have to listen to everything. As long as you just rate us 5 stars and subscribe.
Ding that bell.
Tell all your friends about us and give us good feedback. Don't give me negative feedback. I'm too sensitive. Mm-hmm. Have a great day.
Bye.